StadiumDB.com presents Stadium of the Year All Awarded Stadiums. The 13th edition of the Stadium of the Year competition, the biggest poll of its kind in which your votes count, is fast approaching. On this special occasion, we present to you all the previous winners of the contest who were chosen by our readers in an open vote that lasted about a month every time. Each year we do our best to ensure that the voting is fair and the system of awarding points to 5 stadiums instead of just one means that high places are achieved by stadiums that are not only high sentimental but also objectively appreciated. Before we go back 13 years to the first ever Stadium of the Year poll, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel, click the bell and like the video. And first up goes… Winner of the first edition, Aviva Stadium, Dublin, Ireland, 4,138 points. The inaugural competition as well as the next one were conducted only on the Polish website Stadiony.net. The first winner of the poll was the successor to the famous Lansdowne Road. It has retained the original shape of its predecessor. The north stand is significantly lower than the others. In addition to the historical reference, the reason for this was that a structure that was too high would have limited the sunlight to the residents of the houses, which are only a few meters from the stadium. The need is the real creator and, as it turned out, of success, because winning the first Stadium of the Year competition is undoubtedly one of them. The Aviva Stadium's victory is also special because of its rivals. Further down the list were stadiums from Poland, whose fans apparently didn't make enough effort in the voting. The Irish Arena also beat all the stadiums built before the World Cup in South Africa. Winner of the second edition, Stadion Gdańsk, Gdańsk, Poland, 32,120 points. The gold-glittering seaside venue won the voting by a huge margin over the other stadiums completed in 2011. The arena in Gdańsk was built with Euro 2012 in mind and has certainly become one of the most impressive stadiums chosen by the Polish and Ukrainian football associations to host the championships. The entire facility is covered with polycarbonate panels in 6 shades, which glisten in the sun during the day and shine brightly illuminated from the inside at night. The list of participating stadiums included other Polish Euro 2012 stadiums and Juventus Arena, but the Gdańsk venue was not afraid of them. The 2021 Europa League final between Manchester United and Villarreal was held there. It was won by the better side. Winner of the third edition, Arena do Grêmio, Porto Alegre, Brazil, 29,627 points. This was the first contest to be held on both the Polish and English sides. It stood out for its exoticism, as the top 10 featured venues from 9 different countries, including Indonesia and Uzbekistan. Fans from Brazil deserve special mention, as thanks to their mobilization, the stadium from the city of more than 1 million inhabitants won the competition with Warsaw's National Stadium and London's Olympic Stadium, among others. A total of nearly 15,000 votes were cast. The Brazilian winner stands for 60,540 spectators, of which one, occupied by the team's community of fanatics, is standing. It has also been specially reinforced because the club, after discussions with the fans, decided to allow them to run down after the goals scored by their team. Winner of the fourth edition, Galamco Arena, Ghent, Belgium, 51,024 points. The massive Brazilian stadiums were unable to cope with the power of the unexpected winner, the first in the history of a contest to cross the 50,000-point barrier. In Ghent, a combination of stadium and office complex was proposed, a novelty not only in terms of aesthetics but also in terms of concept. From the idea to the realization, fans had to wait as long as a decade. But when it was over, they got a stadium of a high standard, prominent in the whole Belgium. 10 years ago, when the vote was underway, a billboard could be spotted near the stadium encouraging fans to cast their points in a poll for the Belgian candidate. As you can see, it is not only the fans who can help the local stadium. The initiative from the stadium operator has been successful, and Glamco Arena will remain in our memories forever. Winner of the 5th edition, Allianz Parque, São Paulo, Brazil, 134,725 points. A record 96,772 people took part in the voting. To our surprise, Brazilians did not support any World Cup 2014 stadium in such large numbers as the one that did not make it to the FIFA event. Instead, its efficiency and compactness were appreciated as the stadium was, to put it colloquially, stuck in the dense urban development. It was only at the end of the competition that the venue's operator announced its existence, so Allianz Parque was able to overtake the strong competition. People from as many as 95 different countries voted for the Brazilian stadium. The results showed that the arena from São Paulo left behind the beautiful Stade Velodrome or the over 50,000-seater San Mamés. This was the first contest in which respected architects spoke as a jury members. They chose the Hassan bin Zayed Stadium, about which one of them commented colorfully, "I'm actually just waiting for the structure to move, to shift, to breathe or to wave." Winner of the 6th edition, Estadio BBVA, Guadeloupe, Mexico, 74,097 points. It was in its stands that one of the best stadium photos in the world was taken. The beautiful surroundings, visible from the inside the arena, convinced a large part of the almost 40,000 voters in 2015. From the first to the last day of the poll, Estadio BBVA was in first place, and its lead increased when the local club encouraged fans to cast their votes. Aesthetically, the stadium is a mix of interesting connotations associated with Monterrey. The extensive use of aluminium sheeting on the facade is meant to refer to the city's metallurgical traditions. The sheet metal and shape are also intended to be associated with the beer vats for which Monterrey is known. The Mexican venue received around 30,000 votes, more than Matmut Atlantique, the stadium that won the jury vote. It fights against the conventions set by traditional designs while meeting all international standards. We're halfway through our list of winners, so now it's your turn for a Mexican wave. Thank you for your support, but we continue to encourage the 95% of our viewers who do not subscribe to our channel to do so. Click the bell to make sure you don't miss the next videos. Winner of the 7th edition, Vodafone Park, Istanbul, Turkey, 102,251 points. More than 80,000 voters, including almost 12,000 from the country of origin of the arena that won the poll at the time. Until the final moments, there was a fierce rivalry between the Beşiktaş Stadium and FK Krasnodar Stadium, which also received a 6-digit number of points. However, it was Turkey, known for its numerous fan groups, which did not disappoint this time either. Fans had to wait a considerable amount of time for the stadium because, however charming the location is, it did not make the project any easier. Nevertheless, they appreciated the club's efforts and the place where the facility was built despite many problems. In contrast, venues such as US Bank Stadium or London Stadium, which the jury chose instead, fell behind. What they appreciated most was its innovation. Winner of the 8th edition, Estadio General Pablo Rojas, Asunción, Paraguay, 79,378 points. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Paraguay. In the first 24 hours, there were 4,000 votes cast just for this venue from proud locals. At the same time, their stadium is one of the cheapest and objectively weakest in terms of standard in the 2017 competition. However, fans from other parts of the world did not rise to the occasion. Wanda Metropolitano had to settle for 6th place and the futuristic Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the 2nd. The Paraguayan stadium did not even make it into the top 10 of the jury's classification, which most appreciated the architectural value of Moscow's Luzhniki. Winner of the 9th edition, Volgograd Arena, Volgograd, Russia, 68,213 points. The contest in 2018 was completely dominated by the stadiums of the world's largest country. With a truly impressive pool of 10,711 top ratings, including no small number from Poland or the USA, Volgograd Arena became the first stadium from Russia to win our public vote. Moreover, for the first time ever, the entire podium was occupied by stadiums from one country. The historic location, the spatial layout, and the exceptionally decorative crown surrounding the auditorium, these were some of the factors that determined the victory of this venue, one of many that were built or modernized for the World Cup. The jury did, however, award a prize to Hungary's DVTK Stadium. Although never before had a statuette been awarded to such a small venue, according to the jury it was unrivaled. Winner of the 10th edition, Puskás Arena, Budapest, Hungary, 57,613 points. We stay in the country on Lake Balaton, famous for its good wine. In the public vote 3 years ago, the Hungarian National Stadium overtook Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and Al Janoub Stadium, renowned for the recent World Cup. Although the mobilization of Hungarians did its part, 20% of all voters logged in from that country, as many as 1 in 2 voters were rooting for Puskás Arena. It is a football arena capable of seating more than 67,000 spectators, which is the highest number in Central Europe. Its unique atmosphere is boosted by the fans, who, although sometimes should be more restrained, push their national team forward with their cheering. The jury rated Puskás Arena highly, but unanimously decided that the thoroughly Japanese and harmonious Japan National Stadium deserved their statuette. Winner of the 11th edition, Sultan Ibrahim Stadium, Iskandar Puteri, Malaysia, 64,260 points. Half of all 21,000 votes went to the Malaysian venue. The mobilization of locals and people from neighboring countries was impressive. As every year, however, the lead would not have been built up if it had not been for voters from other parts of the world, who also placed Sultan Ibrahim Stadium in the top 5. The waterside stadium beat out arenas seemingly with more potential, such as Allegiant Stadium and the Qatari venues erected for the past World Cup. There were many architecturally beautiful stadiums in the 11th edition, but the jury appreciated the innovative and futuristic design of Sophie Stadium. Winner of the 12th edition, Estadio El Sadar, Pamplona, Spain, 41,415 points. The final title of Stadium of the Year by a huge margin and leaving no illusions was won by the arena where Osasuna play on a daily basis. It may seem that there was a lot of competition for the Spanish venue as Qatari stadiums were on the list. However, fans from the Iberian Peninsula rose to the challenge and, not without help from other parts of the world, won the statuette. What's more, they were able to applaud it themselves as they received it personally from our hands, specifically the founder of StadiumDB.com, Grzegorz Kaliciak, who at the special invitation of the club from Pamplona appeared on the pitch of El Sadar before the blockbuster game against Real Madrid to present the trophy to Luis Zabalza, the president of Osasuna. The big moment was televised live, and we hope it was the first of many such occasions. Here we are, looking with high hopes to the near future, where another Stadium of the Year contest and related material awaits. Stay tuned for a video with voting instructions and profiles of this year's Stadium of the Year candidates. The voting will take place at the turn of February and March. As for now, we are not saying goodbye, but see you!